you are new here, hi, my name is Kira, and I just want to start this video off by saying thank you so much for everybody who's subscribed and liked and commented. I love interacting with you guys in the comments and taking your ideas to make videos out of. I will for sure be getting to the videos that you guys have commented down below and ideas next week. I'm going to be filming 2 videos this weekend, which means I don't know which one's going to go first. It's either going to be this one that you're watching right now, or you're going to be watching this one after a fun one goes out, which I have some good plans for. So now we're going to get straight on into the video so you don't have to wait too long. And today we're going to be talking about sleep paralysis along with shadow people. The fear of the dark is a common one. One of the reasons why the dark can be so scary is that our eyes tend to play tricks on us when the lights are low. A jacket hanging on the door can easily morph into what looks like a person. Or a pillow stuffed under your blankets can appear as though someone is lurking or laying next to you. Sometimes most people just debunk these things as, oh, it's our imagination. Thank God, because if our imagination didn't tell us it was not 100% there, or try to rationalize it, we'd be scared all of the time. But what if what you saw was something dark and shadowy, and it wasn't the tricking of low lights or your eyes? Dark, shadowy humanoid figures are actually known as shadow people. And to the many people who have studied them and the ones who have had first-hand experiences and encounters with them, they are very real and extremely terrifying. Supernatural shadow-like humanoid figures that, according to believers, are seen flickering on walls or ceilings in the person's peripheral vision. They are claimed to be viewed as unrecognizable fleeting shadows out of the corner of an observer's eyes just for a few seconds. People who have had experiences with shadow people also say that sometimes they don't see them just as a humanoid shape. They can see them as like a circular kind of object, or as like a flickering thing with no shape. Stories of these figures have been around since years ago, even generations ago. They've been around for a long, long time. They seem to share a constant similarity because many people associate them with the paranormal or even ghost sightings. Some report them as menacing, scary, creepy, and even harboring evil intent, although some people feel that they are a true form of a ghost. Some claim to believe that these things are time travelers or interdimensional beings on a visit to our current time and place, which are widely different ideas of what these things could be. But in my opinion, the time traveler one kind of is the craziest for me, which I don't think I believe. I believe more on like the ghost paranormal kind of side. But let me know what you think. Do you think they could be time travelers, or is it just a paranormal thing? Most people experience shadow people or dark figures during a state of sleep paralysis. The condition is described as a momentary inability to move your body or speak while your mind remains perfectly alert and awake. Of course, the reality is a lot scarier than that. Many people say it feels like being trapped within your own body, unable to move as a threatening presence like a demon enters the room. They can hear it, they can see it, and they can feel it coming towards them. Yet they remain completely unable to react or even escape. Even if you talk to somebody who's had sleep paralysis and that experience, they'll tell you it's even more terrifying than you could even possibly imagine. And like I said before, many people associate sleep paralysis with dark shadows and figures. People also report hearing things and seeing things like shapes or people, and in some cases will also wake up with scratches and bruises from their experience during sleep paralysis. Many people believe that the figures they see during sleep paralysis are demons or something of demonic sorts. and in rare cases become physical to the point where it feels like you're being choked or you're gasping for air because it feels like there's someone or something heavy sitting on your chest to the point where you can't breathe. Many people believe if you feel something sitting on your chest or at the end of your bed during sleep paralysis, it is a demon called the night hag. The night hag or old hag is the name given to a supernatural creature commonly associated with the phenomenon of sleep paralysis. It is a phenomenon during which a person feels a presence of a supernatural malevolent being which immobilizes the person as if sitting on their chest or the foot of their bed. Many people say that the old hag can appear different to everyone. It may appear as an old hag, an alien, a deceased relative, a shadow figure, or a demon sitting on your chest. No matter what it looks like, this creature leaves you terrified and seemingly trapped in your body, unable to move as it weighs down on you. Just take a moment and imagine you open your eyes in the middle of the night and you see your worst nightmare standing at the bottom of your bed, and it's real and you can't move a muscle in your body because it's like your body's just frozen. You probably have or will hear terrifying You probably will or have hear terrifying stories from family, even friends, because sleep paralysis is more common than you think. According to the NHS, many experience sleep paralysis at least once or twice in their lifetime. Me personally, I have experienced sleep paralysis and shadow people in my life. And today I will be sharing one of my experiences with sleep paralysis. But if you'd like to hear more about my experiences with shadow people or sleep paralysis, make sure to like the video and comment down below so I know you would like to see content like that. And let me know if you've had an experience with sleep paralysis. I'm also going to be telling you 2 other creepy stories about sleep paralysis that I have heard. So we're going to start off with my sleep paralysis story, and it's not too exciting when you hear about it, but if you're in my instant in the middle of the night, you would have been terrified. Growing up, I shared a room with my sister and I had a bunk bed, and the house that we were in at that time wasn't the best house. Like, there was stuff that would happen and we'd hear footsteps walking up and down the hall in the middle of the night, and we would leave the hall light on because we would be scared, and we'd see feet under the door. So we always locked our door, and we always had our TV on, so there was some source of light because our bedroom faced a back alley, which made us really scared. And I do also have to mention that there was a bathroom across from our bed, our bunk bed, so we faced the door of our bathroom. The door would move in the middle of the night, or the light would just turn on or turn off when we were in the room. And we always just felt uneasy being on that side of the room where the bathroom was, but that was where our beds were. I slept on the top bunk, and one night I went to bed, I watched some YouTube, and I was just laying there, and I fell asleep. And I always sleep on my side because I can't sleep on my back. And I woke up and I was on my back, and all I remember is that I couldn't move, and I just felt so just trapped in where I was, to a point where I started to panic, and I remember trying to scream, but I couldn't scream. And my sister was already asleep, so I just was laying there, not knowing what to do. And I started hearing whispering in my right ear. And I couldn't tell or really understand what the whispering was. But you know when someone's whispering, I was panicking because I didn't know if it was my sister, and I couldn't see anything past where I could see in my peripheral vision. But I knew someone was standing there, and I felt scared, and there was something not good. And after a bit, I was able to start to move my fingers, and that slowly gave me access to snap out of it. And in my head, I just kept screaming, help, help, there's something here, there's something in here. And it was to a point I started to wiggle my fingers, and I snapped out of it. And at that point, instead of jolting my body up like I wanted to, I decided just to turn my head to the side to see what that was. I turned my head to the side, and there was a man just standing there, and I screamed and I jolted up. And when I looked back at the man, he was gone, and my sister was also jumping up because she heard me scream, and she asked what was wrong. I didn't even know how to describe it because I just thought that something was wrong with me because of this, but now I know that it's a normal thing to get sleep paralysis, and it's not a fun time, I can tell you that. It's terrifying. So now we're gonna get on to the stories that I've heard or I've read. Again, just a kind of side note, I am gonna be glancing this way because I have the story in front of me. So if you just see me just like not making eye contact with you, it's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't memorize a whole story. Before I learned to cope with it, I've seen quite a few awful things. Horror films don't really do anything for me anymore because I've already seen the most terrifying things I could during sleep paralysis. Here's a few things I remember during my few sleep paralysis experiences. A little girl in the corner of my room staring at me. Then without notice, she shrieks and runs up to me and starts choking me. A dark figure, kind of human silhouette, emerging from the foot of my bed and staring down at me. Something banging and scraping on my bedroom door. I keep it locked at night because I've had once where it opens by itself. When I woke up that morning, the door was open. My bedroom door opening by itself, followed by a dark figure coming into my room. The earliest one I can remember is with my mother in my room, and she's sitting on my bed. Her face morphs into a demon-like thing. The worst thing is when you try to fight or call for help. Your voice doesn't work and your body will not respond. You just feel helpless. I've gotten mine so frequently that I don't even freak out about it anymore. It's still scary, but not nearly as much as it used to be. The first few hallucinations were awful. A little creature eating something on my floor. I blink. Now he's right next to my face, chewing on something, and whispers, "Remember me?" An old woman sitting over my head and whispering, "Darling." I told my mom about that one, and she asked if I thought it was my late grandma. No, it was evil. The hallucinations are always evil. Even if I can't see anything, there is an overwhelming presence in the room, and it is always evil. I can't move. I'm stuck. The evil is pulling on me deeper and deeper. I can't cry for help. I can only breathe heavily and as fast as I can, hoping someone will hear me breathe so loud and will come shake me out of it. I try and move a finger. Come on, finger. Why won't you just move? It's going to get me. Those conclude the stories that I have decided to share with you today. I will be putting stuff in the description for videos that you might want to check out if you're interested by this and want to learn more. But like I said, sleep paralysis isn't a thing you can 100% prevent. It happens to a majority of people. I have so much stuff that goes on in my life that is paranormal or just unexplainable. So if you want to hear that story time or story times about that, let me know, because I have a lot of paranormal story times that I could do. Let me know down below if you want to see that. But thank you so much for watching today's video. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my content and even me, because I promise I'm going to release something different than these spooky kind of videos next. Whether you want a story time of how a chair flew out of my neighbor's house and hit a woman, or you'd want to see something me to do special effects makeup as I tell a story, I'm up for suggestions. But anyway, have a good morning, evening, or night, depending when you're watching this. And remember, if you have sleep paralysis, start off by moving one finger, and maybe you'll be able to snap out of it. Okay, bye guys.